Western Colorado's Rock Station 95 Rock. My name is Nate Wild, and we are joined on the phone by a very funny guy, actor, comedian. He's going to be at the Mesa Theater Saturday, March 7th. It is my honor to welcome to the show David Koechner. How are you, sir?
Good, brother. I am honored as well, sir. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. So you are on what you're calling the never-ending tour.
Yes.
I have to ask, is it called that because by calling that, you'd never have to come up with a new name?
That's funny. I didn't think of that. No, it's because that's the truth. I have 5 kids, and that's never ending. Well, I guess what had happened was I didn't expect it to keep going this long. What happens in show business is there's ups and downs, peaks and valleys, and this one has been going for a second. So, and also everything's changed in terms of what you used to get paid. And so, everything changes, and the show business has definitely changed. And so, you just got to make sure you got your source of income. And I tell you what, man, I'm grateful. I started doing stand-up when I had my 5th child.
Wow.
And I'm so glad I did, because now it's not only is an income, but it's a joy, and I enjoy doing it. I love doing it. Now, the tough thing is being on the road, but, the best part is being able to provide for your family.
Absolutely. I love that.
Yeah.
You're playing 4 nights in Colorado.
Right.
We've got the Mesa Theater show in Grand Junction on the 7th of March. You're going to be in Steamboat. You're going to be in Fort Collins, Colorado Springs. Seems like just based on that, you may be a fan of Colorado. Is that accurate?
Yes. Well, my daughter goes to Boulder.
Oh, cool.
Yes. So this is all engineered. So at the tail end of that, I go from Colorado Springs to Boulder and hang out with her for 3 days before I head to El Paso.
Oh,
so really,
awesome.
it affords me for 3 days. That's the best part of it.
Very cool, man. I love that.
Although I just got off the phone with Audrey, and she's mad. Do you know why?
Why's that?
Her spring break plans are ruined. Cartel crap going on in Mexico.
Way to go, Dad.
I know.
Oh, man. Love it.
Did you go on spring break when you were in college?
Not really. I think we just
Me
kind
either.
of hung around and drank and watched Beavis and Butthead, to be honest
Right?
with you.
And so, but you make sure your kids have the best spring break ever. It's like, well, you know what? For me, it's like that was that. It wasn't like I went anywhere.
Yeah,
Because guess who wasn't going to pay for it? My parents.
exactly. Right.
Yes. We overdue for them.
Well, that's great, though. So, David, one of the first things I remember seeing you in, it was a while ago, was the Naked
Yep.
Trucker and T-Bones show.
Nice. Did you see it on Comedy Central, or did you see it live?
It was on Comedy Central.
Yeah.
Are you
Good.
guys still doing that?
No.
Okay.
That all ended after that show. Dave Gruber Allen and I had been doing it as a stage show in Los Angeles for like 8 years.
Okay.
And so then we got that TV show, which was compromised by Comedy Central. They had a bunch of, I'm just going to say it, they were very narrow-minded. They're pretty dumb executives. I don't even think any of them are still working in show business. But anyway, they had a lack of vision and didn't understand our vision. They forced us to do it a certain way. Like, we weren't a sketch show, but they made us do our show as if it was. So ultimately, it failed. And I told them one thing. I said, don't you ever call this dumb comedy. So they said, okay. So you know what they called it? Roadhouse comedy. I'm like, what the F does that mean?
The hell's that? Yeah.
I know. So our crowd would have been more akin to the Colbert crowd
Yeah.
or the Daily Show crowd, but they marketed it like it's blue-collar comedy, so we weren't anywhere. We're betwixt between, and so ultimately the show didn't get any ratings. It was the great compromise. You apparently you got it, which really makes me very happy. You understood what it was.
I loved it. And it was musical too.
Yes.
You have, and I'm a musician also.
Okay.
You nail the harmony vocals on those tunes, on the ones that everybody knows, Do you have a musical background?
No.
Ah.
No one played in my house. I have a marginal voice. I can carry a tune, but the sad thing is, I wish I have a guitar. I don't know how to play it.
Okay, all right.
Sargento_official sings corridos. He went to Latin America, did a language immersion, came back. His buddy's dad owns a recording studio in Van Nuys, California. They started recording music. He wanted to go back to Guatemala. And so he's following this up, and he's following his dream, and he's killing it. Sargento_official on TikTok.
All right.
He sings corridos music in Spanish, and it's lovely. So anyway, shout out to Sarge.
I'm going to have to check that out. Again, David Koechner is joining us on the show today. He's going to be at the Mesa Theater on the 7th of March. More from David Koechner here in just a little bit. So keep it right here on 95 Rock. Western Colorado's rock station, 95 Rock. It's Nate Wild, and we are joined on the phone by David Koechner. He's going to be performing at the Mesa Theater on March 7th. So, David, on a completely unrelated topic to the Naked Trucker, one of my favorite comedians of all time, Norm Macdonald, who you were friends with him. You played the used car salesman in Dirty Work with all the dead hookers in the cars, and you were on his podcast. Can you tell me, what was your relationship with Norm like? And maybe a Norm story, if you've got one.
Okay. I met Norm when I was on Saturday Night Live in 95, 96, and Norm was very kind to me right away. And I would say Norm was bemused by me. You never know, is Norm messing with me?
Right.
Or is he just using me as a plaything? But regardless, if he's entertained by you, you're very happy. The Norm story I have, Norm liked to gamble, and that's no secret.
Sure.
And so once Norm was on a Monday, and Norm's back was out. I'm like, Norm, what happened? Here's the thing, I had this bet, right, and I lost, and so I was so mad. I tried to smash this phone. Now this is a phone when you still had a handset and a full phone, the big one.
Sure.
There's the handset and there's the body of the phone, I guess. He goes, I tried to smash the phone, and I was stomping on it there, and then I tweaked my back. So then Norm slowly destroys his phone with his back out. Oh my God! So he slowly had to get his anger out on this phone owned by NBC. He'd hang out there all the time. He'd always be in his office. Like on the weekends, Norm would be at 30 Rock in his office, making bets, smoking in his office where you're not supposed to be smoking.
Peeing in bottles, I hear, too.
Peeing in bottles, yes. Norm, he was one of a kind, dude.
For sure.
They always say so-and-so's an original. Boy, Norm was an original.
Absolutely.
And everyone, universally adored and admired. And so, yeah, Norm, what a wonderful soul.
Sure. I really appreciate that, man. What a great story. I can just picture him smashing the phone. That's excellent.
I know. And then he throws his back out, and he has to keep smashing it.
Just slowly, pain in pain. Oh, man. We're talking to David Koechner. He's going to be at the Mesa Theater on the 7th of March. So, David, you've been in so many movies, TV shows. I would say probably your most famous character from my vantage point is Champ Kind from Anchorman.
Yeah, I'd agree. I agree.
What was the experience like working on that movie with, such heavy hitters, and did you know at the time, this is going to be a big hit?
I thought it was going to be, but then it wasn't actually. We're making the movie, and I'd known Steve Carell since 1990. Oh, wow. I'd known Farrell since 95 because we were on SNL together, but I knew Carell from Second City. And Paul I just met, and boy, you talking about, it's almost like a basketball team.
Yeah.
Where the pass is going to wind up, because we're improvising a ton, and it's going great. And McKay I'd known since 1990, met him at Second City as well in the Improv Living. And so this is a dream come true to me because it's the funniest thing I've ever read in my life. And we can't beat what's written. It's too great. But really what it did was it added this chemical charge to every scene because in acting, let's say, you're supposed to be listening, correct?
Sure.
But if you're improvising, you have to be listening because you'll miss it. So I think it adds a different dynamic, chemical dynamic to the scene, which is why that film feels so special in my mind. I thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever done in my life. And then when the movie came out, the studio, Paramount, didn't know what they had. So they dumped, the dumping ground used to be August. So right before people went back to school, they put out their movies where they thought, they didn't have much chance. And the marketing for the movie was this. We go out and get the news so you don't have to get it yourself. What's that even mean? It's not funny.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't mean anything. So I don't think they understood the movie. Now, the movie only made $83 million, which at the time, the benchmark for a hit was $100 million at the box office.
Okay.
So it didn't make it. We're like,
Interesting.
oh, well, yeah, I know, right? So then it became a cult classic and DVD. That's where it really started to show up. And then like 7 years after we made it, Adam and Will were noticing, like, Halloween, there's all these news teams. And something's going on. So that's how the second film came to be.
Huh.
Because groundswell, like this thing's got legs, it's got sustainability. So that's how we have to do the second one.
Interesting. Wow, did not realize it wasn't a big hit at the start. I mean, it's such a just classic movie. And you mentioned Steve Carell, who obviously was in that movie. You said you met him at Second City years before that, and you guys were on The Office together. You were Todd Packer, who's like one of the funniest characters on that show, in my opinion. Oh my gosh. For Todd Packer, did you draw inspiration from anybody in particular? Like, do you know a Todd Packer, or was that all in the writer's room?
That's the writing of it. Plus, it's just so much fun. It's just, complete license to be horrible. I mean, who doesn't? That's just fun.
Sure.
The thing is, there's the British Office. It's based on a character from that British Office. There's a character called Finchy. His middle name is Todd F. Packer. People like to joke and say it's Fudge Packer. No, it's Finchy. Todd Finchy Packer.
Oh, I did not know that.
There you go. A little trivia for you.
I appreciate that. Again, David Koechner is going to be at the Mesa Theater on March 7th. We're going to hear from him one more time as the afternoon progresses here in just a little bit. So keep it right here on 95 Rock. Western Colorado's rock station, 95 Rock. It's Nate Wild, and we're talking to David Koechner. He's going to be at the Mesa Theater on the 7th of March. So, David, you're from Missouri, and you're involved in something called the Big Slick Celebrity Weekend. It's a benefit for cancer research at Children's Mercy Hospital in St. Louis.
Kansas City,
my mistake. For those not familiar, can you tell me about the Big Slick and what you guys do?
Well, the Big Slick was a term for it's a poker term. So originally, this charity casino, they did a small charity thing one year, but as it turns out, the larger it gets, the harder it is. You don't want to. Gaming and charity don't go along. So we had to switch out. They kept the name. It's just grown bigger and bigger. So now we do a show at the T-Mobile, the city, where we used to do it in a small club, then a theater. Now we're in an arena, and we have huge acts come in, and we have a ton of our famous friends. So the hosts are myself, Paul Rudd, Rob Riggle, Jason Sudeikis, Eric Stonestreet, and Heidi Gardner.
Wow.
Those are the hosts. We invite friends. We play a softball game at Kauffman Stadium, which is Royals Park. We do a show, and it's nice that we get updates every year, finding out that, our charity has made an impact in defeating pediatric cancer. Little by little, but it's nice that we're making a difference.
Yeah.
And so, Kansas City's a wonderful community. My sisters live there. And everybody in Kansas City has been touched in some way by Children's Mercy Hospital, either directly or a neighbor or relative. So it's an amazing community event. Plus, we get to bring our friends in, and they're blown away because it's really immersive. Most charity benefits are one night. We keep you for 3 days.
Nice.
So, we bring you in and capture you, and and you want to come back every year. So it's a fun event.
Very cool, man. I love that. We're talking to David Koechner. He's going to be playing the Mesa Theater on March 7th. David, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today, and I'm really looking forward to the show.
Love it. My pleasure, sir. Godspeed. Thank you so much.